Welcome to TheoTrade. This is Don Kaufman. Here we are. It's June 6th, 2016. You are watching the Theo Night video. Today, another slow, grinding day to the upside inside of the S&P 500. NASDAQ kind of follows suit over there. Bonds off, but not too big. And one thing I've been watching throughout the course of the day, the volatility futures and the volatility index, they did not back off today much at all. More importantly, though, we've got a trade idea up on the horizon for you. You can place it tomorrow if you so choose. Again, just a trade idea here inside of Amazon. Amazon! It's up. It's time for an in-out spread on Amazon. You can see I'm working yet another order in there. I've already filled a couple. So let's just go out and zoom into a, 3-year daily in Amazon. It's kind of awe-inspiring, if you will. Amazon is just a stone's throw off all-time highs over here. And really all I'm going to do is I'm going to step in the front of this freight train, which, again, you know, a lot of the times you look at this, you're like, that completely defies logic. Nevertheless, an extraordinary move like this, all we would need is just one decent down day to make our spread not only viable but profitable. And as such, yes, I'm looking at placing a short position on Amazon. If you don't like the contrarian style of trade, this is probably not going to be a trade for you. Nevertheless, it's a short position in Amazon, and what's so important is really the tactics of the trade. It's much more important, if you will, than what you think is going to happen directionally. All I really need is Amazon to back off just a couple of bucks over here. So I'm going to go out to the 8th of July. Yes, the 8th July 2016. That stands for the 8th of July. That's 32 days out. And you can see I've already gone ahead and started working a couple of positions. Have some filled, haven't filled in other ones. All we're doing in this particular circumstance is we are buying the 730 puts and we are selling the 727.50 puts. It's only a $2.50 wide spread. Right now it's trading in and around $1.20. So I've kind of been probing markets. You know, we're coming here 9 minutes to go to the close, and I've been probing markets. I've been filling this right around $1.21. I've got one working now at $1.20. So you're getting a better feel for the market. I'm actually probing price here just a little bit. The point is, it's a $2.50 wide spread. I'm going to just freeze the screen for a moment. So when you're on a $2.50 wide spread, the most that I'm going to pay for this thing is in and around about $1.20. Again, I filled it already at $1.21. How wide is the spread? $2.50. So right here, that $1.21, that's my max risk. The most you can make is $2.50, but we have no intention of making the full $2.50. All we want to do is make in the neighborhood of 55 to 65% of the risk, which is $1.21. Okay, and you can set different order types to execute the trade when you're ready to get out of it. So you can use a GTC, which is a good till cancel, to be able to exit the trade. Again, trying to make anywhere between 55 and 65% of the initial debit. Once again, I want to enunciate this is a debit spread. You paid right around $1.20 for it. The nice thing is the intrinsic value, that is the real value of the 730 puts right now, they're already trading for $2.65. So buying this spread doesn't put us in a difficult place in terms of time value. You can see I just executed the trade, right? I've got 2 contracts on. I'm working a third contract. I work another contract. With the spread, you know, hey, plus or minus like 1% the moment that you have the position on. I was actually working another spread 39 days out, a little bit earlier there, but I think 32 days will suffice, give us enough time to be right, enough time ultimately be wrong. And again, I'll continue to work this trade as I want that contrarian kind of stance inside of Amazon. In terms of exiting it, again, what we do is we put on this trade simply because it's the right trade logic. Okay, and what I believe to be the right time, but more important again than the direction of the trade, is to look at something like probability of touching. Now, probability of touching doesn't denote that you're going to make money, but getting down to the neighborhood of like $715 on Amazon, you got to realize there's like an 80% probability of touching that level. And if we do get down to $715, it's very likely that we're going to make our 55 to 65% on our spread. And that's one of the key components, is that I'm not trying to hit it out of the park over here. I'm trying to hit singles and doubles, do the right trades again and again, execute at good prices, and have a high probability of touching my exit point. And that's, again, one of the key kind of factions of what we do here at TheoTrade. Another thing that I want to bring up, and there's a lot of questions that have come up about this, so those of you, if you were a member here at TheoTrade, we are emailing out these trade ideas. And those emails, what do they look like? Well, they look like this. It says, "Hi, Don." All right. Opening, order posted, buy to open. It's a bearish spread. It says bought, vertical, Amazon, weeklies, 8th of July, 7:30, 7:27, half, put at 121. All you have to do is highlight this, the bought. It means I bought one vertical in Amazon. The date of the expiration, what the strikes are. But if you are on the thinkorswim trading application, just highlight like I've shown, right click, go over here to copy. Now that you've copied that order, come back onto thinkorswim, open up the order entry. Watch, I'm deleting all the order entries out, right? Blank everything. Blank everything. All you have to do is just copy the order and just click right there. Boom. The order is now pasted into the clipboard, and it'll load up the entire trade. There is, again, a very definitive reason why we email out the BOT +1 vertical. I know that this looks cryptic, but that little message right there, when you copy that message, it can be posted directly into thinkorswim so that there's no confusion whatsoever about what trade, what expiration we happen to be executing. Nevertheless, in subsequent videos here we do at TheoTrade, look for me to update this trade periodically. Again, if you're going to stand in the way of a freight train, this is the way to do it. Amazon being that freight train, like, this is the way to do it. You do it with defined risk, with a high probability of touching, okay, our exit point, which is, again, a 55 to 65% probability of making, okay, that profit on the trade. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us here at TheoTrade. My name is Don Kaufman. We will be on TheoTrade Chat all this week. Have a good night. Bye-bye.